So, I know I haven't been recording videos for a while, but today I have one, and this one is support karma. So, what is a karma support? Karma support is basically a lane bully that has some harass and has some shields because she has empower like a ult that empowers Q's her spells. She's basically has slight advantage early on, in which every time the ult is off cooldown, she could use it to empower her spells, whether it's to make her shields bigger or make her damage bigger or make her snares bigger. So one of the things to note is the best times to abuse Karma's kit is during the early game, because once the enemy hits level 6 and they're very efficient in play, it's really hard to come back since she's basically fighting with 3 spells. To note, in the laning phase, you need to focus on using your shield to reduce the damage your AD carry will take. You can also use the Qs in order to harass them. Make sure to harass them behind their minion line, like over here, because it's really easy to miss, and also you burn mana fast. Like, note that my mana is very low due to the fact that I've been spamming my Qs and spamming my shield in order to keep my quick alive. So, because of that, you had to build a bit of damage early on, since Karma has good bases. But in terms of scaling, it's not that much. So you want to focus late game or mid game on shielding your AD carry or killing for you. So Thresh in this case is looking for a hook. He goes behind the minion wave, and this is where I have to shield him because I know he's in trouble. The shield also gives the AD carry speed, so it allows him to fight. He gets hooked regardless. So this is where I have to bully out the Jinx, because if I keep focusing on the Thresh, the Jinx could freely auto tank the tower a bit. So I keep attacking. So at this point, Corki can't go in anymore, but at least he'll live for another day. Well, in this video, he's a fucking dumbass, so I can't really expect much from him. But during the laning phase, you have to make use of your ability to long range harass, and also the ability to provide shields, because as the game presses on, you don't have that much of a late game, so you need to use your early game well, and then mid game you need to start picking them off. In order to make your laning phase more efficient with Karma, you could continuously spam shields. So, I guess I didn't do it. Oh, I did do it. So basically, whenever it's off cooldown, you use it to get back to lane faster. Because the wave is pushed into them, and we're not that ahead, we allow them to push into us, because at this point, we really need the CS. Corki has 20 CS, and our Jinx has 50-something CS. Every other lane is doing fine, so we don't need to make any major plays. We just need to farm it up and make sure they don't get any more leads on us. So I noticed that Jinx is level 6, which is dangerous for us because since nobody's level 6 except her, they have a slight advantage. So I get hooked. But then instead of going back, because Jinx put these mines on behind me, I have to go forward in order to not get smeared and to get extra damage. Corki follows up, and then like we split off the Thresh away from the Jinx. So even though we were both not level 6, and Jinx was level 6 because we had the better positioning on the Jinx, since we died together with our CC and damage, we succeeded in beating them out. So I guess, in a sense, I'm trying to say positioning in skirmishes and team fights is very important. And because we got a bunch of kills, we use it to secure drag because that will help us snowball the recutting. Corki wants to make a pick over here, so I decide to help him out. Unfortunately, he kind of messed it up. So because of that, I have to watch out for TF until the wave is being pushed out. And then I see bot side is taking a beating, at least I'll play it. So I have to go back there. Like any other supports I play, like depending on the situation, you're obligated to roam. Like just kind of like the mid etc. When you roam, you don't lose out on random resources since you don't have to farm it. Dude, that was really close. So in this fight, so Jinx steps a little bit too far. Picks empower Q from me. This basically tells Corki we're gonna have to go in. I snare her, but she flashes out and Thresh like makes it literally impossible to touch Jinx at this moment, unless Corki wants to come in with his flash. He slows us, and then they re-engage with the hook. This time we're in trouble, so I had to peel Corki off by standing in front. So at this point he probably has to get off, but then because he kind of mistimed his auto attack, he kind of lost on the trade. So even though it was a good engage on our part, because we misplayed it by taking into all his slows and hooks, it turned against us. But good thing our jungler came to clean up, which actually got us a lead. Every other lane is winning, so it's basically up to us to either hold or have our jungler pressure our lane more. Because I started spell deep shield, you probably noticed that I'm going to go for the Queen's Frost Rank Queen, I think it's called. Basically, it's the item that sends Ghosty out in order to give us vision on what their enemy is. So because like some supports don't do it, but I usually like it because I like to play a game where I like to make picks and then get objectives off those picks. And because they send Ghosty, it gives me more vision besides the Sightstone. So there's places where I don't want to ward, usually I'll send the Ghosties in order to find the closest enemies and see where their position is. So I don't have to I don't have to endanger my own safety in order to do that. Because bot is taken, this is basically a time to like pressure mid, because this next turret on the chopping block, and once we secure that, we have good map control of the mid area in the game. Dragon is also up too, so because our lead, we should take it even if it's a 5v5, since at the moment, even though our team fighting might not be that stronger than us, we can still team fight because we're stronger. Notice how we're chunked so low, but because of our lead, we just destroy. And another thing about support is when you come back and everybody else is recoiling, it's your duty to push out waves so the enemy doesn't get any turrets, because them getting turrets means no goal. So in a sense, your goal is to rotate to areas where you get turrets while trying to not lose your turrets. Oh wait. So Cleat pings that he's coming in, and because he has more speed, I add more speed in order to pick off people. We stun the Yasuo because of immense speed, and then we start power diving because they're kind of low, and we have so much pick potential with this. We have a stun card, we have slows, we have snares, and the enemy team based on vision do not seem like they're going to respond anytime soon. We're going to pick on the Yasuo, we exhaust the area, and then we pick her off quite easily because she doesn't have the good itemization, and the thing she's building is a Triforce, which is not going to increase her survivability. At this point, the game is pretty much over due to our ability to just like tower dive. Like, if we pick them off correctly at this point, there's no way they're gonna come back. And then because of more kills, we decided to get more objectives, blue buff, although this wasn't necessary, but the hero was. Before I end this video, I want to say that Karma's support is a lane bully. She's kind of like a Sona early on, and then mid game she's more like a skirmishing support, where because of her immense speed and her amount of CC, she excels at picking people off, and she's very good in games where fight after fight occurs, because whenever a fight occurs, ultimates are usually down, and ultimates tend to have a longer cooldown. But then if there's there's a time where you have to pick a fight and then you have to pick another fight again, like ultimates don't really matter much, because what you need to be concerned about is which you're supposed to have low cooldown. Karma excels in that, in a sense, because she doesn't have an ultimate, not a true ultimate per se, but then that R, which has a lower cooldown than most ultimates, gives empower abilities to all your other spells, which grants you advantage against champs that have an ultimate. Another thing is early game you want to build some damage because you do kind of hurt, but late game you want to focus on the shield to snares just to peel your enemies off of your allies. So I know this video wasn't that great, so feel free to ask any questions or put a message on the video. And thank you for watching this. I hope to make another one soon.